Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa usalli wa usallam ala Nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. We're going deep today, inshallah ta'ala, coming with the raw, uncut. We're talking about the miseducation of the Muslim, part 4. I heard that you need some more. So let's get into it. وَقَالَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى. In this verse, I just looked it up. وَقَالَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى. This is in Surah Al-Qalam, verse number 9. وَدُّوا لَوْ تُدْحِنُوا فَيُدْحِنُونَ. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, they wish that you should compromise with them in your deen. They wish that they would compromise. So this is not only for the non-Muslims, this is also for the Muslims that don't want the pure Quran and Sunnah. So when we look at it, we're talking about pay attention to the structural analysis of everything. We need to have preparation, learning goals. And the first mistake that we have made is that we thought that everyone, they think like us. So when you meet people in the highways and the byways, brothers and sisters, know that not everybody's thinking or seeing things the way that you see it. We need to revise this understanding. We want to talk about synthesized information. We want to talk about conversation and interactions with our brothers from time to time. Many of our brothers don't have, and our sisters don't have the same reading comprehension that we have. So therefore, things have become what they are. Because of literacy, it isn't illegal. You're allowed to read. You're allowed to think. But nobody wants to read or think. If I was to give somebody a book here from my library for free, they probably wouldn't read it. So we want to look at the situation in the context that we need to evaluate ourselves and especially the leaders that we have. We need to evaluate them. We need to have internalized activation of who is in charge of us, who are the leaders. Because we don't want to let the leadership mislead you, and don't let them think that we are inferior. It goes back to a story that I have maybe about 20 plus years ago. There was an Arabic speaking brother who used to give a lot of lectures, and he was very eloquent. According to the people, they consider him that his ability to speak the Arabic language and he could translate from Arabic, and he used to give a little lecture, and we were very ignorant at that time. We didn't know much, but we knew that the brother didn't really study. He just came from his country and he could speak better Arabic and he could translate. So therefore, he became higher than us in knowledge. So one day, he was given a particular presentation and he quoted something. So the next day I went and I got the book and I sat with a couple other Arab brothers that I know. And I asked them, and they explained it to me, and we read the sentences. So I went back to him the next day. Now, these other Arab brothers can blow that brother out the park, in terms of knowledge and understanding. I went to the brother. I explained to him what happened. The brother put his thumb on the part that the sheikh was talking about. He read over it, and then he handed it to me, and he said, "What's the problem?" So this is the thing, that some of the leadership, they want us to think that we're inferior, but we're not. We have connections to other people. The indoctrination with the idea that we were unable to learn without the local leaders. This is a big thing for me. I bump into leaders all the time, imams, sheikhs, scholars, muftis, whatever they want to call themselves. And because they never seen us sitting with them or going over to some of their programs or sitting in their majlis, therefore we don't know nothing. We're ignorant. We never learn. We're stupid. We're dumb. We're just a roadman from the street. And this is a major problem. You don't know who we studied with. So therefore, how do you know what we have? How do you know? If someone comes to you sincerely and they bring up a topic that's worth discussion, maybe you might learn something. Maybe you'll be pointed into a direction where you can actually get what they call ziyadat al-ilm, get some more information. But unfortunately, the egos are leading us down the wrong way. We're trying to change the hearts and the minds of the people. But one of the things, brothers and sisters, is we cannot cure the systems without acknowledging the disease. And the disease is that we have, unfortunately, have people and leaders that have been crabbing and backstabbing. So as you know the story of the crabs in the barrel, the crabs in the barrel is a whole bunch of crabs that are in the barrel. And one figures out his way to get out of, and instead of those pushing him up, They say, hey man, don't leave me down here, and they pull him back down here. Or those that backstab you. So we have people from amongst the regular masses and the leaders that they will do that. And I'm telling you, one of the leaders that I know, I'm not going to mention his name, he purposely went out of his way on 4 different occasions to make sure that my DVD for certain lectures that I gave to the youth in the past, that it disappeared. Now, does this seem like a brother who's about at-ta'amul birr wa taqwa wa la ta'amul ithim wa udwan? Cooperate together on righteousness and piety, but not together on sin and transgression? So if I had something to say that was maybe some benefit and the youth got some benefit, why were you blocking, crabbing, and backstabbing? So we have the issue of negative clones and positive clones of the sheikh. So I have seen and witnessed with my own eyes over the years some people studying under one sheikh, and if the sheikh sneezes a certain way, they sneeze a certain way. If the sheikh laughs a certain way, they laugh the same way the sheikh. If the sheikh says nam 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 nam, or yani 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 yani, they start doing that too, where they don't have their own sheikhsiyah. Then I've seen the other side, where I've seen people study a sheikh. The sheikh, he's feeding the people, so then the students feed the people. I've seen the sheikh mop the floor, so the students mop the floor. I've seen the sheikh clean the driveway, so the students clean the driveway. I've seen the sheikh take money out of his pocket and help and support the people, so the students did the same thing. So this is the thing. We want to follow good people that are good leaders. And there are a few out there. That's not to say this set of lectures that all of them are bad. No, there are some good ones. Unquestion the dependency, what psychologists call learned helplessness. Learned helplessness, where the leader will make you helpless. He'll give you a few handouts in terms of knowledge. I'll give you an example. I remember maybe about 10, 15 years ago, this whole topic of the jinn became very popular, and it became a money-making thing. And years went by where they're talking about this, and they're not giving you too much remedies, but just giving you a little bit of information. Those sheikhs never talked about the malaika and how of a greater creation the malaika were than the jinn. Think about that. And the malaika, the good ones, they're the friends of the believers. They protect us with Allah's permission. So this is unquestioned dependency, what psychologists call learned helplessness. So they only give you a little bit of information to keep you captivated. What is called the consumer and the clients. The consumers and the clients. And we want to talk about the share. And they share and they teach you only a few things to keep you hooked, but not to empower you. This is very, very dangerous. They're influencing us daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We have to question who are the people that we're learning from. So this is all in light of the ayah. Chapter Qalam, verse number 9. Waddu lo tudhinu fayudhinuna. They wish that you should compromise with them, the deen. So here's the deal, brothers, sisters, that we should be nice, but we should not compromise. We should have good manners, good etiquettes, good speaking ability. We should have some respect for our elders. But if someone, they're mistakenly wrong, or they're willfully wrong, then we're not going to dance to their song and just to get along. So, inshallah ta'ala, this is part 4 to the miseducation of the Muslims. We need to be critical thinkers, my dear brothers. I have got lots of questions I would love to ask, but I know if I ask, we know people, they'll be running for the hills. Because the reality is that they didn't give us the skills. They didn't show us what's right from what's wrong. And I had a discussion yesterday with a brother who came to visit me at my office, and we're discussing as he travels all across the states, and we discussed the condition of the Muslims, and why the Muslims are in the condition is because we don't have enough critical thinkers. Wa akhira da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, man. You know what I mean? This is how it is. You want to be on the dream team? You need to come clean. Assalamu alaikum.